Alright, so this is the chunk of frame that I cut out of the Grand Marquis that I pulled the front subframe off of. That's sitting over there. Pulled the wheels and tires as well so that it can get rolled around easily. So what we're gonna do on here is the whole subframe mounts to these four. So those two right there, and then those two right there, mounts to those, and then goes through the bottom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut those out of this section of frame. And they're only held in by these tiny sections of weld right up here. So cutting those out won't be much of a problem. And then we will transfer those into the front frame on the F100 and weld them in, and then box that section of frame in to reinforce it, and then everything will bolt in. So this is what I was talking about when I said that those are the sections of frame. So these long bolts, I don't have them in all the way, but goes through that section of frame, which we're just going to take those tubes and transfer them to the truck's frame. And then same thing on the back. So those tubes will be mounted in there, and then when all is said and done, we'll just take this subframe and mount it up just like it was original. It'll be just as good as OEM. Alright, so those are all done. Got the frame rails right there. Came out pretty nice and clean. Just have to clean them up a tiny bit. Get the residual weld that's on there off. And I tried grinding them off with the little Dremel cutting wheels, and they work great for a lot of stuff, but I wanted to try a different method. So I grabbed a 1.5 inch hole saw, and the 1.5 inch hole saw ended up being pretty much perfect for fitting around there, around those holes, and cut a nice clean hole instead of grinding a bunch. I'm sure my drill didn't like it very much, but it survived. It'll be alright. Thanks everyone for watching Deep Blue Garage. We'll see you on the next video.